So welcome guys to another vlog, taking you through the last few weeks as I've continued with renovations on the van. We start the week here in Fairlop. I found a farm shop to get some bits. I've spoken a lot in the past few weeks about the importance of us making change in this world, and I do believe that coming to these kind of places is the way we do that. Early the next week I was back at Ray's to get cracking with this gear linkage. If you're unfamiliar with this place, check out my previous vlog where I did some work changing over some CV boots.
So this is what we're working on today. This is the gear linkage that I've been talking about, making a bit of a sound, metal on metal sound. So I've got some bits to replace some of these parts. Certainly this piece here, you can see that piece there we've got, so I'll get that changed over.
I undid these bolts here on the flange along with this nut here on the selector. A bit of elbow grease required to get that off and a little tap with a hammer. Once it's all off, it dismounts pretty easily. I took this plate out and gave it a once over with a wire brush. At this point, Ray stepped in to give me a hand as I wasn't sure what to do next. And here he is greasing up the new gear shift joint to go straight on. Then it was pretty much a case of just replacing the old with the new. I will say that this is generally the hardest part, is putting it all back together. It always seems to come off a lot easier than it goes back on. I didn't replace the selector, having only changed that last year. But certainly a satisfying conclusion to get another job ticked off the list.
Guys, good morning. I've woken up in Waltham Abbey. The M25 was shut as I was driving home last night, so I decided to just pull over and stay here. So yeah man, just woke up and just having taken Maya out for a beautiful walk. It's always good when I wake up and there's like forestry or, you know, some sort of nature nearby, because then I can just let Maya have a nice little run. It's always good. We've made progress on the gear linkage yesterday. Big thanks again to Ray, who helped me and guided me through the process of restoration that I did yesterday. There's still more to do there with that. We haven't fully solved it. It's definitely better. You probably notice on some of my videos, if ever you've been following my journey, that there's often a bit of a creak when I'm changing gears. So I'm trying to get around that. And that means to, you know, go through a bit of a process of elimination. So we've eliminated sort of working back from the gearbox, really.
I've highlighted a couple of bits that we changed.
A lot of people are probably not understanding what I mean when I say gear linkage, but it's quite literally a link, a big long link, metal bar that links the gear stick to the gearbox. That's the simplified way of explaining it. Yeah? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Say hello. Oh, woof. Oh, woo. No? Didn't fancy it? A ball joint on the actual gear stick, which Ray reckons I've got to change as well. So that could well be the next port of call, but requires pieces once again. So I'm gonna have to go on the hunt for pieces again. So today I'm taking the mountain bike to the shop and I'm going to try and get it working. At the minute it's not usable, so, but I'm also reluctant to spend any money on it because I don't think it's worth a huge amount. It's a little bit like it's almost a write-off if I spend 20 quid on it, do you know what I mean? So yeah man, that's the name of the game today. Get the mountain bike working.
As the weekend came around, I made my way south towards East Grinstead, where I spent the night at the Into the Wild festival. I felt super excited and grateful to be experiencing a sober festival where the focus is on community, spiritual development, and of course the music. Here we are chilling by the fire at sunset before going on to experience the beautiful live music. Had to get a clip here of Zootopia for the vlog. In my younger years, going to festivals was always about getting as high as possible. I've now started to realise that getting high is just about getting involved and has nothing to do with what you're taking and consuming in your body.
Yes guys, what's going on? I am in the forest in Hertford Heath today. It's bank holiday. Just having a bit of a think about everything at the minute, what I'm doing. Yeah man, I really got a bit of a desire as always to try and, you know, explore somewhere new, go somewhere new at the moment, but just the cash flow really for me at the minute. I'm getting enough to sort of keep me going, but not necessarily enough to be able to save and start planning a trip away. So
another job for this week was to build a bed extension, one that's interchangeable.
So the summer is coming to a close. We're moving into September, which means for me, I need to be heading south really. Not just because of the weather, but also because of logistical reasons, van related stuff. So I'm in Wicks, gonna get some wood, 9mm ply. Just not sure exactly how I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I know how to build the bed. I know how to build the sort of frame of it, but it's the leg. How can I make the leg retractable? It means, you know, really that's sort of the next stage in the journey. Not sure exactly when I'm going to be moving, but I do need to start really thinking about this now in terms of how and when I do start to plan my exit strategy. What are you doing? Go on in, go run. Go run.
So first job was to fit 2 beads of wood along either side.
Right, so these are in. Just need to put some hinges in now, so I need to go buy these hinges. Been trying to save up. I have some euros which I've saved up and stuff ready for Europe, but not really enough. It's a little bit difficult. So yeah man.
One small adjustment required first though was to make sure that this fitted properly. So I had to take this apart again and recut it all.
So we've got the piano hinge here, which I'm going to cut to size, which will sit across there. It's been quite an interesting one the last sort of month or so, where I've just been focused a lot on effectively recycling things, you know, like I'm just selling everything and anything I can to sort of get that cash flow in, but also I love it because I'm just constantly making use of things that people just chuck. So although it does financially help me, it's also serving 2 purposes.
I cut a little slot in the corner of the plywood for the leg to sit inside.
So part 1 of my concept is done. I'm just going to test it out and see if it works. Oh no, look. Okay, tiny bit too big on this side. No different to you see the videos before with taking some metal to the scrapyard and that. It's the same thing. It's making use of it, getting some cash for something that someone's disregarded. So I've got to take this little line off here. Next job, take this line off, and I've got a feeling there's going to be a similar line going this way because of that. It's going to hit that part there. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening. It's just, yeah, the van's running well, which is obviously great, but yeah, in terms of the travels at the moment, I'm not exactly sure how to sort of keep moving forward in some respects with that. I've overcome the first hurdle, which is here, but now it's hitting there, so I'm gonna have to shave a little bit more off of this side. Okay guys, here we go. Demonstration. So that's going to fold out into place like that.
Cut the leg to size and then fitted a piece of wood, a ring around the top to support the weight.
So guys, a little demo of how this works. So basically now this is going to flip into place like so, sitting flush on that side. It's on a piano hinge, and then we've got this piece of wood which clips into there like so, and there you have it. Solid bed extension, easily stowable and effective. Bit of storage underneath. I could potentially extend it over, put another piece of wood in here, which is an option, so I've left that like that. But for now it solves a problem, and it allows a little bit more leg room when going to bed. So there it is, guys. As always, guys, so thank you for watching this video. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already, get on there and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support for the vlog. I've got some new stickers made up for the van, which are going to go on the back, which I'll be posting as well. You'll see that. So yeah, man, over and out for this week. Stay tuned next week as we move forward, potentially back over the pond to Europe.